Thank you, Mr Speaker. It also gives me great pleasure to move that the 94th report of the Public Works Committee for the 54th Parliament, entitled Modbury High School Redevelopment Project, be noted. Mr Speaker, as you'll be aware, Modbury High School is located on Pamputa Road in Modbury within the city of Tea Tree Gully. The Modbury High School curriculum focuses on science, technology, engineering and maths, sometimes referred to as STEM, music, sport, language and performing arts, and offers vocational education and training pathways. And Modbury High School was allocated funding of $7 million as part of the Department for Education's Capital Works program. The redevelopment will consist of demolition, new works and refurbishment of existing facilities to accommodate up to 1,100 students on the Modbury High School site. The Modbury High School redevelopment project will include construction of a new Year 7 building with additional music rooms, refurbishment of the student wellbeing area, refurbishment and extension of the technical studies area, demolition of transportable buildings, landscaping and external works to upgrade the school's environment. The proposed redevelopment works will be staged, with construction expected to be completed by September 2021. The committee examined written and oral evidence in relation to the project and received assurances that the appropriate consultation in respect of the project had been undertaken. The committee is satisfied that the proposal has been subject to the appropriate agency consultation and does meet the criteria for the examination of projects as described in the Parliamentary Committees Act 1991, and based on the evidence considered pursuant to Section 12C of the Parliamentary Committees Act 1991, the Public Works Committee reports to Parliament that it recommends the proposed scope of public works, and I hope that there is, in the time remaining, an opportunity for members who wish to make a contribution to do so. So I'll cease speaking now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker, and I'll make some very brief remarks given the interest of time, and really just commend this fantastic local community school led by Joanne Costa, the Principal, Governing Council Chair Martin Crabb. I also had the great pleasure of meeting their new school captains at their recent Leadership Assembly, Ryan and Cleo, as well as their Vice Captains Cooper and Sambika. I would also like to just acknowledge a couple of other students who were within their Student Voice program who were very keen to get a photo with me and have it put on social media to apparently give them street cred, which I have to say that's never happened to me throughout my entire life. So I was very, very pleased by that, and that Instagram post went very well once the school students, I think, worked out that it was online. But look, this is a fantastic outcome for a wonderful local school, a fantastic local community school that really encourages that local community to get involved, as well as empowers a lot of their school leaders to take on important tasks such as assemblies, the opening of their STEM works, which I think is a wonderful thing to see. So I'm certainly really pleased to see this project going ahead, and like to thank the Public Works Committee once again for their work on this project.
The member for Florey.
Yes, again, sir, I'd like to commend the government and the Public Works Committee. This is a really welcome and long overdue improvement to the Modbury High School, which has a long and proud tradition of delivering world class. I say that because so many of their students have gone on to have perfect scores and travel the world and be good at everything they've done. World-class students who make contributions to society at almost every level. As the member for Carville said, they have a wonderful music program, which I've been associated with through the Generations in Jazz program from my very earliest times in the area. But we also need to talk about their Pedal Pre commitment, and while this may not necessarily have a Pedal Pre commitment, the Pedal Pre people play a big role at Modbury High School. As I said, the governing councils have always played a major role at Modbury High, and we've had some really great chairs, Julie Corse being the one I most remember of recent times, but also Richard Murphy, and their families have played a large role in everything that's gone on in the schools for many, many years. So as I said, every school's grateful for assistance. I know that Para Hills High is looking forward to getting its turn in the not too distant future, and I again commend everyone involved in this wonderful refurbishment.
Minister for Education.
Thank you, sir. I'm really pleased to reflect on the $7 million project at Modbury High School. When I've visited a couple of times with Richard Harvey as the local member, although I identify, of course, they draw their students in their zone from the member for Floyd's electorate, indeed from my electorate too. Students from Highbury and Vista in the Murray Ultra electorate are zoned to Modbury High School. This is a school that has some really outstanding facilities, and I won't repeat some of the really great projects the member for Newland and the member for Flory identified. I will add one that I was really pleased to see when I visited not so long ago, one of the occasions, the F1 in Schools Aspect Racing team that Modbury High School does so well. That high-level STEM thinking, of course, is so advantageous to those students. And, of course, in the F1 in Schools program, there's also those more entrepreneurial skills that helps them develop as well. And that display is indeed, or was when I was there on one of my visits in 2019 or 2020, right in the front of the school. Right next to it, of course, the Rotary Club of the Modbury Rotary Club has their Outstanding Student Award honour board. And I can't go without mentioning, of course, that the 1989 winner of the Outstanding Student Award for the Modbury Rotary Club at Modbury High School was one Sasha Meldrum, who now holds the very important role of State Director of the South Australian Liberal Party, where she is continuing to apply the outstanding learning that she did at Modbury High School for the betterment of the people of South Australia. And I thank her for their work, and I thank her teachers for their great work. Congratulations to Joanne Costa and the leadership team at Modbury High School. The Hames Charlie SA were the architects, and Axis Construction the builders. Currently the student population is 750 or thereabouts. It will be growing to 1,100. But two aspects of the school that I just want to really briefly reflect on: the really old transportables at the edge of the open space, looking down over that, being replaced with a fantastic new facility. My goodness, they were some of the oldest and worst transportables I've seen, and I just think they did such a good job in being able to teach anything there beforehand. And the new improvements to the wellbeing space, along with the rest of the build, will be a great facility for the students at Modbury High for many years to come.
The member for Carville speaks. He closes debate. The member for Carville.
Mr Speaker, in the only bare seconds remaining, can I thank the members who have spoken for their contribution, their passion for their communities, and, as I earlier remarked, their real passion for public education.
The question before the House is that the 94th report of the Public Works Committee, entitled Modbury High School Redevelopment, be noted. Is that second? Put the question at once. Those of the opinion say aye. Against say no. It's carried.